Welcome back to the Who's at the Gates podcast. I, of course, am your host, Casey Phoenix. And tonight we have the lovely leader of the Down with Ted movement, Diana, helping host with us.
I am proud. I am very honored to be in that role. There are so many among us, and we are a strong movement.
You know, I had to say that. When I tell you the comments are letting Ted have it, they are whacking him every chance they get. I'm like, my word, they're not giving that man a break. But
Does he deserve one?
I mean, everybody deserves a little bit of grace from time to time, Diana.
He's gotten Nicole has been giving him nothing but grace. Don't get me started, because this will be a full-on petition. The audacity for you to say, like, he needs a break when I haven't seen that man work in 10 years.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you everyone for joining us again. We appreciate it. We noticed that with the video we uploaded today, what is today? Today's Thursday, which was from Wednesday's episode that we covered. We picked up some new subscribers on that. Welcome to all the new subscribers to the YouTube channel. Welcome to all the followers to the podcast platforms and things like that. Today's episode was pretty cool. There were some funny moments like this one with Naomi and Dani talking about Bill. And it's funny to me how Naomi's catching all these things between her parents. It's just because I can tell she's frustrated. And this is actually the Naomi I like, where she's calling people out and saying, okay, something weird is going on here. So yeah. Do you have anything, Diana, before we play this scene?
Just gonna start by saying, I know a lot of people were not happy about the turn of events in the previous episodes, but I still stand by, the episodes were entertaining this past week, and now we have to deal with Ashley. And I don't know if this is punishment, but give me 100 dream sequences over today's episode, because I just can't, y'all.
Well, after we finish this, we'll talk about how Ashley is an integral part of the show, is what we'll do. So let's go ahead and hop into the scene and see Naomi dealing with her mother's unpredictable nature when it comes to Bill.
Fantasies about your father. You mistaken me with Aunt Nicole?
Wait, ew. Seriously? Aunt Nicole fantasizes about Dad? What is this, some sort of hate power thing where they both want to be the fixer?
Double ew. No, she has her dirty rhyme wrapped around Ted. And I just broke sissy confidentiality.
Whoa. Aunt Nicole's really backslid?
No, just because he's in her head does not mean he's gonna get back in her bed, and you have to swear not to say anything.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it would never be brought up.
Good. Now, where on earth did you get the idea that I'm thinking anything remotely sexy about your father?
I didn't say you were.
Your dad told you he had a sex dream about me? You must have heard that wrong.
God, I wish I did. No, I actually walked in on him, Mom. No! Oh my God, no, not like that. Ugh, no, he was sitting in his office, staring off into space, saying your name.
Well, you know, sometimes your father does that thing where he naps with his eyes open. I'm sure Hayley has him up way past his bedtime.
He had that same puppy dog look in his eyes that he used to reserve just for you.
So the tornadoes got him twisted. Near-death experiences shift perspective.
Are you saying it's making him want you back?
Oh, you too busy cross-examining your mother to answer that?
Hi.
Naomi, are you busy?
See how she interrupts a good conversation.
It's just remarkable, like, how she shows up where she's not wanted.
Yeah. Well, that's Naomi's friend, so And Ashley does have her moments where she does give good advice and can be somewhat helpful.
That's true. To be honest, I think Naomi has a better relationship with Ashley than she does Jacob at this point. I mean, I think Jacob probably just fulfills a physical need because I don't see them in tune anywhere else. But I guess that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, that's the divorce conversation that we're waiting to have in a way. For this thing with Bill and Dani, like this conversation was actually funny to me because she's like, no, I walked in on him. And she's like, what? It's like, ew, no. And stuff. So I thought that was funny. I'm just like, oh boy, this whole Dani Bill thing, and we'll go more into it with some of these other scenes. It is getting out of control. Dani just needs to confess and say, this is what happened to Andre, and let the chips fall where they may. Even though low-key, Andre will be super, super hurt, but I'm confident that he would forgive her. So I don't. Now, will he hold it over her head? Possibly. Or will he go outside? Because that's the thing. Because that's what I always tell people, if you outside, I'm outside. That's how I look at it. It's like, what are we doing?
I mean, the thing about it is that, like, I think this is just more a me thing, but more so, I guess I'm realizing I don't like stories where people tend to dwell a lot. Maybe not a lot. That's not the right phrase, but it's just like when Andre came into the show, he was very much like, oh, I can't like settle down. I can't make a commitment. And it's because of loss, right? Like he's afraid to lose people just because of the trauma with his family. I can only imagine that he would probably like part ways with Dani, right? Like I think he would forgive her. I think you're right, but I think it would be like the constant conversation of, well, I can't trust anyone. Like nothing's permanent, nothing's forever. I'm just gonna do me and be a playboy and all that. And I like, to me, that's as equal as Ashley being like, but what about Derek? Like, I don't care. Maybe it just depends on the character. Maybe that's what it is. It's not necessarily the conversation or the dwelling. It's just more so like, how much do I care about this character or this journey where I'm like, okay.
So, Diana, are you saying that you have a bias?
I'm saying things run low with me on the romantic setting. How about that? Maybe that's actually, I think that's probably more what it is. It's the romantic aspect of it, where I'm like you said, just be outside. I don't care. Just be, just
okay,
go.
so you hate love. So you hate love then. That's what you're saying.
You know what? A little bit, which is so funny because I think a lot of people assume things about me. Like, my parents have been together for close to 50 years. I don't think there's like a world where one can live without the other. They're very like much a team. But I'm like, a commitment.
Yeah, I get it, especially these days. At the same time, I still believe in love. But this is the thing. Let's touch on that part then. What is going on with Bill and Dani is not love. It's obsession. And there's a difference.
It's
Now,
a game.
that too. It's just like, and you can have people who you're in love with and you can be obsessed with each other and really, really love each other. But this, I don't see a lot of love here. I see memories and other things. And not saying that they don't love each other, because they do. It's not that real love. This is more obsession. And like you said, a game. And that's the other thing that's irritating me with this whole Dani and Bill situation, because Dani deserves better. She deserves much better. And as a matter of fact, somebody left a comment, and I'll more than likely reply to it tonight or tomorrow, where she said, and it was a long comment too. And one thing she said that really resonated with me, she said, something to the effect that if we're being honest, Dani is just 3 steps or 3 shades away from being another Bill.
Mm.
And I'm just like, oh, okay. So, because there's truth in that. It's like, lady, if you're not willing to come clean to your husband and let him know, and then seek forgiveness if you want forgiveness, because when some people cheat, they don't always want forgiveness because they don't care. But if you're looking to be forgiven, tell him the truth and seek forgiveness, and then move from there. But this constant back and forth, and then getting mad at Bill because he's slipping up and all this other stuff, which we'll go into in a minute, we don't have time for that. You have anything else before we move on from this clip?
No, I'm good.
Okay, let's see. We're gonna skip past Ashley. We can do a quick steal on this.
I mean,
Oh, please. Yeah.
Let's see, Brian. I'm trying to get there. We go.
Oh, wait. No.
Hayley is giving him the third degree, like, something ain't adding up. And she's really been asking questions because she knows something's up. Like, what did they say? I think it was Paul Mooney. That's who it was. When Paul Mooney was talking about, I was about to say, I'll tell you offline, Diana. I was about to say the name of somebody that it's a different name but similar, and I'll tell you who it is offline. But she was talking about Tiger Woods and how Tiger Woods' wife knew what was up because he was calling both of them hoes. And he's like, a hoe can't trick a hoe.
That's what I'm saying. Game recognizes game. That's why I think she's gonna be the one to kind of reveal it all. Like, Dani is gonna have to like really watch her back.
Yeah. If it goes there, that will be interesting. But at the same time, I think the more interesting part will be Dani's reaction. Where, I don't know, I could see Dani really going off the rails if Hayley tries something like that. Because look at it from Dani's point of view. It's like, you wrecked my first marriage, and not putting it all on Hayley, because obviously it takes two to tango. I can't stand when people blame just one person when infidelity happens. It's like, it's both of them. Like, it isn't that she just appeared and then she fell on something. It's like, no. The other person was a willing participant.
Right.
So,
it's just like someone can invite you to their apartment under the pretense of borrowing a book, but it takes that person to go to that apartment, to the hotel room too. Like, no, I agree with you. It's
you tried it.
Well, I thought we were agreeing with each other. What exactly am I trying?
Now it takes two to tango, but we are agreeing with that. It does take two to tango. And my thing is with Dani, she will see, okay, well, Hayley, you played a role in the destruction of my first marriage. Now you're blackmailing me and possibly threatening me with the destruction of my second marriage. Do you not realize that I just brought a gun to your wedding last year? So I'm like, I don't know what Dani's reaction would be. If we probably see Dani in an orange jumpsuit before we see Leslie in one, if we're being honest.
I mean, if we're being honest, she should have been in one, right? Technically, but
yeah, I think Vernon got that taken care of. I feel like Vernon was the one who talked to to Elon. So yeah, I guess. But we'll see what happens on that. I just wanted to cover it really quickly and do that. Okay. Let's see. All right. So this one here, let's play this. There were other parts of this with Ted and Tomas that I wanted to play, but it's too much. So it's just like, okay, let's just play this part and we can cover it. Here we go.
Here, Tomas. Wasn't that long ago you turned Kat down when she wanted to move in with you? If it was too soon then, what's different now?
Well, back then I was afraid she was knee-jerking from Chelsea's engagement.
And now? Son, you don't think you're reacting to something?
I don't follow.
Are you asking me for permission because you want to spend the rest of your life with Kat? Or did you just get the scare of your life and you're terrified of losing her?
I didn't like the way you sounded on the phone.
Yeah. Father of the year and son-in-law of the year. Step right up.
Maybe if Tomas knew how to make gas station mac and cheese, there wouldn't be this line of questioning. I don't know.
Well, trust me, it's never the mac and cheese I'm staring at on the screen. So, if Tomas can get the Isaiah upgrade, then okay, we'll give him a little bit more grace. Which, don't get me wrong, I used to be Team Tomas at the very, very beginning because I'm like, oh, he's so sweet. He really cares. And then as time went on, I'm just like,
I'm so glad you're right. You see, this is why I can't trust your opinion, because I think I remember we even had like these kind of like back and forth discussions where I'm like, you really think he's all that, even though he aired out Kat's business to Eva? And you're like, well, they're friends. And it's like the disrespect.
Well, they were
because
friends.
Because no, you don't share that with your girlfriend's worst enemy. And considering how Eva, leveraged that and would throw all that back in Kat's face, like this is another reason why I remember we would have these discussions, and I was like, I could not even begin to understand your point of view in that, and I still can't. Where I'm like, if it were me, you don't tell that to my enemy.
On that, it's like there has to be a little bit of a balance, but I can understand how it happened. And if he doesn't have anybody to talk to, which was another thing, that can play a role.
His abuela isn't available for a heart-to-heart.
So yeah, but yeah, I was Team Tomas at first because I'm like, oh, he's so sweet. But it was just certain things he started doing, and I'm just like, dude, you're not that much of a man, because the biggest thing was him letting Bill treat him any type of way. That was one of the biggest things for me. The other thing was the back and forth between Eva and Kat, where one minute it's like, oh, it's Eva, the next minute it's like, oh, it's Kat, and it's like, dude, I need for you to make up your mind.
You just didn't like that he treated Eva poorly. I think that was your last straw.
I think that was maybe, I have to think back.
He had like 15 last straws.
I gave Tomas a chance because I believe in grace, but no, he just threw it out the window. I'm like, sir, you need to get a backbone. And just like now, the talking to Ted thing, what he's doing now to get Ted's permission, or not his permission, because like Ted said as they wrapped up their conversation, Kat is grown, she can make her own decisions. But the thing is looking for Ted's blessing to be like, yo, I'm looking to marry your daughter. I do think that's sweet in the traditional sense. But again, I feel like Ted should have been the first stop, and then he just should have went straight to Kat. Not going to Chelsea, not talking to Bill and Andre, not all this other stuff.
Yeah, I think with Chelsea, it was like, so what do you think? Other than I'm going to do it. Like, I don't know. Like, I completely agree with you in that respect. Like, it's almost like he's looking for approval everywhere. But
yeah, and I don't like men like that. I can't. It's like, no, either you go, because you know me, Diana. I'm very flexible. I go with the flow because somebody's like, oh, let's do this. I'm like, okay, I don't care. But you know me, when I'm stuck on something, I don't care about your opinions. It's just like, This is what I'm doing. Because Diana works with me, so she knows.
Yes.
And she knows that I've gotten into it with some coworkers. So like, nope, we're doing this. So, yeah, that's just how I am, because you need to be able to make decisions. And if you can't make decisions as a man, then that's a problem for me. So that's why I'm just like, dude, you need to go somewhere. I don't know where you need to go, but it doesn't need to be anywhere where Eva's at or where Kat's at. You just need to take one of those courses or something. Self-help courses, self-defense courses, I don't know. But just do something and leave Eva and Kat alone. But yeah, I thought it was cool with Ted. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that he tried to ask for Ted's approval. Again, I think it's just also like I wouldn't ask for Ted's approval. Like, is he gonna have this conversation with Nicole? Like, is Nicole drinking some wine? Like, she hasn't checked in on Kat in a hot minute,
Well,
so
it
I don't know
wouldn't
where she's at.
It's not, those conversations aren't really for the mothers, though. They're for the fathers. So that's
But
why
that's
in a tradition. Oh, go ahead, Diana. Just
no. I keep on cutting you off, and I feel bad. I guess it's like, no, I get it, but considering everything, I feel like Ted is the last person to seek this advice on. Again, who knows what happens when the cameras aren't rolling, right? But like, it's not like Ted, Kat, and Tomas have ever spent as much time as Eva, Isaiah, and Ted, right? The three of them. You know, like Tomas actually has a job, so he can't be on these basketball courts, like, you know, just having a grand old time with Ted, like Isaiah has.
Was that a swipe at it? Oh, first of all, Isaiah works at one of the most prestigious universities at Banneker. So let's get that's Vernon's stomping ground. So let's make that clear. Isaiah just happens to have a flexible schedule because he's an advisor. He's teaching the children and helping them lead the way, is what he's doing. Tomas can't even close a case. Bill had to close that last case for Tomas. So if anybody has time, it's Tomas because Bill doing the heavy lifting.
I mean, Tomas went golfing, right? That's what it was.
So yeah, the Isaiah slander will not stand.
I mean, I haven't seen him work at all. I haven't seen him at his job. So until we get a set where Isaiah's talking to a student or something, as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't have a job. And that is not me being biased, because I said the same thing about Naomi. I think she's secretly lying about being a lawyer. So that is not just Isaiah hate. That is just where I stand.
No, that's everybody, because we still haven't seen Martin's, because we talked about Martin's office. We still hadn't seen the congressman's office.
That's true.
So,
I've also made that comment. You're right. I've also made that. I'm like, I don't know what kind of representative he is, but I don't know if he's doing jack for his constituents. So I've also, so to be fair, I said the same thing. I'm side-eyeing all these people. At least Kat and Chelsea have a little iPad, so I'm like, okay, well, they're designing. There's a fashion show here.
oh my
yeah,
goodness.
I don't even know. I feel like I don't even know where we landed on here, but it's just basically.
Oh yeah, we just landed on Tomas talking to Ted, and then we went somewhere with it. Long story short, Ted gave his blessing, and Tomas is supposed to propose, I guess, any moment now, maybe tomorrow. And I feel like Kat's gonna shut that right on down. She's gonna be like, "Nope, I'm good."
Yeah, I think it's just this man can't read a room, especially like with Ted. I'll say this: Ted, I don't know who he was more concerned about here. He's like, "Are you gonna sleep with Eva again?" I don't know if it was for Kat's sake or what. Like, I think he's more annoyed that he played with Eva than he played with Kat, in my opinion. But I think Ted had a lot of good questions for him that just show Tomas is just not a good partner. But that's just me.
Yeah, I want to catch two of these parts with Dani and Bill, because let's see, this goes back to what we've been saying. What the hell? Okay, there we go. All right, let's go ahead here.
I know you're the drama, but isn't this a bit much?
You call me fighting for my marriage performative?
Well, if the sexy tantrum fits. Look at it this way. If I do blow it up, then I'll just be saving you the trouble of doing it yourself.
I love Andre.
Well, if you love him so much, then why did you maul me like a tiger against the wall?
If you say the word elevator one more time, I will murder you. You don't get to talk to me like that anymore.
What? Like you still belong to me?
Okay. On this particular part, caught that. This is what I was talking about, where we actually discussed this in the episode dropping tomorrow, not tomorrow, on Saturday. So for those of you, we have our Saturday episodes that we do. It's season 1 memorable moments. And one thing that we had talked about the whole Dani and Bill situation, because we covered the gun at the wedding thing, is how when Bill was talking to her and looking at her, it was almost like she was a trophy. And this is another example of what we're talking about, where he said, like you belong to me. And it goes back to this. Bill looks at Dani as a possession, and that is where his ego is at. It's not even about, oh, I want to be back with her. He can try to convince himself of that. It's all about wanting to own Dani. And quiet as it's kept, he still feels he owns Dani, is where I'm at. But Hayley just walked in, and now it's about to get interesting. Diana, did you have anything on this particular part?
Yeah, two things. First, I think it's not even just Dani. I just think it's with any woman. I think he just feels very possessive over, because you saw how he was grilling Hayley and like, oh, you were in the closet with him. I think he's just a very possessive man who thinks that he's allowed a lot of leeway, but the women in his life aren't, right? Like, God forbid they step out on him, because that's not acceptable, but he can do what he wants, right? I don't think that's ever changed with him. I don't think it will change. I think that's just who he is, and it's just a game to him. What have you. The second thing is, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but I'm pretty sure it's just with Dani's character. They give her the largest earrings just ever known to man, and it's I wish I would have kept track and like taking screenshots, but it's always, I'm like, do her ears not hurt? I don't know. Sorry. I know this is so immaterial.
No, I caught the same thing with her earrings. Not that all of her earrings are large, but for this episode, these particular earrings, they did. And I thought about mentioning it, but I didn't. So I'm glad you did, because it's letting me know like we both caught the earrings. But yeah, no, they're beautiful though.
Yeah, I mean, she's I always liked her outfits. I think for the most part, the wardrobe does a great job with all their outfits, especially with Dani, because she is an ex-model. So she has an eye for fashion, right? She's not afraid to wear color. I think a lot of her outfits are beautiful. I just can't help notice, like, I think this is the second or third time where her earrings are almost as big as her face, and I can't help but laugh sometimes.
Yeah, no, I love the big earrings. It's I kind of think, when I think big earrings, I think of Mary J. Blige. So that too, as well. But let's get to the other part of the scene right quick. Okay, wait a minute. I need to give this 30 seconds before we go to the other part of the scene. All right. We're not really talking about Ashley, but we have to briefly talk about Ashley. The only thing I want to say is, I thought we weren't hearing Derek's name in this episode, because at first it was just somebody said the loss, and I'm like, oh, they're not going to bring up Derek this episode. As soon as Naomi has that conversation with Ashley, they start talking about Derek, and I'm like, oh God. But then Naomi basically is like, well, if you are into Grayson, then date him. Like, do what you got to do, girl. And Ashley was like, okay, that's the green light for me to get with this man. So they end up kissing. Now, everything is forgiven. And she told Grayson, you have to promise me you'll never lie to me again. And Grayson's like, I won't. And then he's like, I want to kiss you so bad. And then Ashley's like, we should wait. And Grayson was like, at first he was like, I want to kiss you so bad, but I'm willing to wait however long. And Ashley's like, we should wait. And then Ashley waited like 10 seconds, and then she kissed him. And all I'm thinking in my head is, why couldn't it have been like that when you found out Derek died? Where as soon as you found out, you had mourned him for like 10 seconds and then moved on. And we wouldn't have had all these other episodes of you mourning Derek. Why couldn't we have kept that same energy with this kiss that you gave him? That's all I'm saying. Diana, you have anything before we move to this last scene?
Well, thank you for summarizing that. I started looking at my phone, but I completely did not realize that they kissed. So thank you for letting me know. Because I did not watch that scene at all. Y'all, I try to give a lot of people grace. I know I haven't been as supportive of Eva, but I will stand 10 toes down for Eva if it means seeing less of this. If it means we don't have to hear Derek's name again. If it means that Ashley is happy and not whining and not thinking about Paris and not wearing that damn beret, just just supporting Chelsea, I will become Eva's number one warrior. The number one prayer warrior. I will give her my own liver. Like, that's how serious it is.
Wow. Ooh, well, that's a lot that you have going on with these clubs. You're being the Eva prayer warrior and still leader of the Down with Ted club.
I mean, I'm asking for I'm asking for a lot, though. That's the thing, right? And I don't think I'm gonna get it because this saga of her finding this newfound relationship with Grayson and trust and honesty. Like, I'm tired. Derek was an okay character. Like, he was a character. I know. I'm sad he's gone. I think he was the only one that could really put Leslie in her place and wasn't scared of it, unlike all my Duprees apparently. And so, I do miss that Derek was that one character that could push back, but I don't need this.
Yeah, and I don't know why I feel there will be a lot of weddings happening or engagements and stuff. I'm not saying theirs will happen quickly, but I do feel that there will be an engagement next year if they're still together. So, and what they'll probably do for the storyline is make Derek the reason why she's not taking the full jump to accept the engagement or whatever, something like that. But I do feel next year, if they're still together, there's probably an engagement happening. And it's not that far of a leap because when this man had all the stuff going on, he gave Ashley power of attorney over his mother. So yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. Okay. Last scene that I'm loving, when I tell you this was a mic drop moment that only an ex-wife could give, it was definitely a mic drop moment. Move this. Okay, so I guess I gotta go right here. Fine, we'll end.
What the hell is going on? Absolutely nothing. Much like what you're wearing under that coat.
Excuse me?
Oh, Bill. You still kept naked in the trench coat in rotation? Down to the same designer. Couldn't even buy the girl a new fantasy. Word to the wise, little girl. Nothing ever tops the original.
When I tell you, Dani said that. But the thing is, I will say the man, which his name is not coming to mind right now, the man who plays Bill is a very good actor because the face that he made when Dani was walking off and the way Hayley was staring at him was a face of ego. Like, yeah, I kind of got it like that. And I got both these women basically acting up over me. Regardless of how Dani came into the room and regardless of how Dani left, Dani was there. And that was Bill's whole point when she showed up. Like, you're very impulsive. You just show up here. And that's because there's some type of tie, I guess you can call it obsession as well on Dani's end, that she has with Bill. And Bill knows, like, okay, I got my old wife jockeying for me and stuff. I got my old wife. And then I got my new wife coming into my office just wearing a trench coat because I asked her to. So Bill's the man.
Yeah, I think it's a little like whoopsie, what can he do? Not necessarily like upset that he got caught. I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow once he has that one-on-one with Hayley. His name is Timon. It's Timon. This man is 6'5". I knew he was tall, but I just thought everyone else like might have been short. I was putting him around 6'2", but according to Google, he's 6'5". Like he's tall.
Yeah, that's what because I remember Leslie saying that to Hayley, or was it Leslie or somebody else saying that I'm sure you enjoy Bill just swinging you around, or was it like when Bill swings you around?
Well,
Something like that they said.
okay,
I
well,
think it
I
was
thought
Leslie.
Hayley was like, 4'11", so just this is a wild size. But good for him.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like, okay. And yeah, one thing about Dani, she can give you some zingers from time to time. I'm loving what she said because it's true that Hayley is not beating the original. If she was, Dani wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I mean, I think this goes back to the conversation that Hayley had with Andre. That conversation, or not Andre, what's his face? The turkey sandwich?
Randy?
Randy, thank you. Looking that conversation like skeeved me out a little bit, but basically he's just like, you think you can't outdo the Dani Dupree? They're talking about how good looking she is, and she's like, please, I bring the streets to the sheets, right? So she was like gassing herself up and saying like she could outdo Dani, but here Dani goes saying like, I am the original. And again, that the reason why that conversation kind of like skeeved me out a little bit is because they're talking about like her lingerie or something, right? Or he's like, oh, I have connects, and I'm just like, okay, sir, I understand that you're invested in this cause, but this is a little too much for me. Like, stand down. We don't need like Vanessa's the pimp here, not you. It's just we don't. I don't need this like from a cousin. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I feel because it can get weird sometimes, especially when family might be cheering too much for certain things. It's like, look, you're getting a little too involved.
Like in the sexual activities here, I'm just like, okay, sir, like I got it. Like I don't know that conversation between cousins. I'm like, I didn't need that. Again, a lot of conversations, a lot of these kind of conversations between family members today are beyond the gates.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. But you know what though? If we're keeping it 100, it's like that in real life too, where people just have conversations, and sometimes you're like, okay, wait a minute, what? But
yeah, I think I'm like, I don't want to have these conversations with my mom, and that's just me.
same energy. Oh my goodness. All righty. Let me stop the screen. That is all we have for this episode today. We just covered a few scenes. We could have covered more, but we're doing our best to keep things as tight as possible with this, because we try not to go over the 40-minute to 50-minute mark. Sometimes we'll do an hour, but it like depends on certain things. But we appreciate all the love and just the support. The support has been amazing, and I'm glad that people are discovering us on the net. And as we continue to extend our footprint, we hope to bring in more people to create a really, really big community where we can discuss this show, and hopefully it will be on many, many, many years to come. Diana, did you have anything before we close out?
Yeah, I think so. This is going to be posted tomorrow. So right now we're at Thursday. It's going to be posted tomorrow, Friday. Just a heads up, for anyone that's going to be watching this tomorrow, there's going to be no new episodes next week. They're only going to play repeats. So we're going to discuss what we're going to record next week, but just keep in mind, I think after the whole Cat and Eva situation, they're like, they need to calm down. They need a break.
Yeah, because it's been getting real out in these streets on the Cat and Eva stuff.
Everyone touch grass. I think that and that's not pointing at anyone, because I was livid. This is not pointing at anyone, any particular fandom. This is me included. Maybe they're just like, remember Sunlight?
Yeah, while you were talking, I just kind of thought of what I think might be good to cover for next week. Because I was telling you, like, possibly doing memorable moments during next week. And I'm thinking how Vanessa and Joey came about.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just saying. And then what happened with Doug and everything. I think that might be an interesting episode to record. But we can discuss details or whatever and figure out what's what. And it doesn't have to be that. Hell, I mean, it could be the genesis of Ashley and Andre in doing
Okay,
that.
we want people to watch the show. I mean, if anyone, if anyone's made it this far and has any, any episodes, any particular things that they want to like go down memory lane with us, just please comment. We will do an Ashley show if that's what y'all want. This is for the people.
We give Ashley a hard time. The only reason I'm saying those names is because I'm like, okay, let's do something not related to Eva, Leslie, and Kat. And
Right.
Not who else gets covered a lot, I guess, and not related to Dani and Bill. So outside of that, the only people I can think of are like Joey and Vanessa with the whole Doug situation. Maybe Vanessa's relationship with her children, Donnell and Deanna, like when they first entered the series and stuff on screen. And that, I don't know, but we can play with some ideas and do that. So that is all we have. Again, we appreciate the love. And if you haven't subscribed by now, let's do it. Let's subscribe, become part of the Gators. All right. So I and Diana will catch you later.
Bye.